Hey, B,
Yeah.
you see any ghosts down there?
Well, I know as soon as I turn around, there's going to be one.
How about now?
Oh, God. Not yet.
How about now?
Not yet.
How about now?
Not yet.
How about...
Ah!
Welcome to Horror Nerd, the podcast.
Well, hey. Is that a ghost or is that my friend Samantha?
That's just my 20s.
Oh, God.
What?
It's back when my knees and my hips didn't hurt.
Bonnie, there's a lot of stairs here.
There are a lot of stairs. Oh, my God. This feels like the stairs from The Exorcist.
We are some classy dames, and we were staying on a classy dame of a ship.
We were.
The
what? The Queen Mary. Hey, girl.
Ding!
It's the place to go. It's incredible. We have Dark Harbor, but also we have like just the history of the Queen Mary itself. So I've actually been on the Queen Mary before we got to go, which we're going to dive into. I hope we don't sink. Oh, that was a different boat. Bye, Leo.
I'll never let go of you, Samantha.
No, I never want you to. But I will say that if you had $1 million diamond and you let it go into the ocean, I would break up with you. Like,
Yeah, no, you would haunt the shit out of me.
I would haunt the shit out of you. Me
Yeah.
and your dad would be haunting the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Sam said it was good.
I just want you to know that we were sitting in the creepy Titanic Queen Mary bar, and we were just sitting there eating our meat plate. Charcuterie.
Eating and beating our meat. Yeah. Charcuterie. Charcuterie. Bruce.
I was going to say, we were sitting in a fine establishment of a bar upon the Queen Mary, and you know what song came on? Oh, we're getting heckled.
We're getting heckled by some hecklecopters. Oh, they're looking for somebody. Fuck.
Oh my
The
God.
warrant's out.
Annabelle got out again.
Annabelle. Oh no. Annabelle's in Long Beach.
That's me. So we were sitting in this beautiful, wonderful bar upon the Queen Mary, and guess what song came on? Remember at the end of The Shining, when you know that he totally froze to death, and then all of a sudden he's in the picture. Jack Torrance is in the picture. That song came on in the bar, and there were actual two people dressed as the Grady twins behind us.
Yeah.
And it was iconic.
That was so cool. Because we only saw one of the twins first. It's like, well, there has to be a second one. And then, lo, she appeared. So, yeah.
Same thing about my boobs. Lo, she appeared. I'm running again.
But back to the ghost thing. I did take the ghost tour on the Queen Mary, and it's, you know, it's not like super late, so it's not like as spooky. I would love to investigate at 2 a.m. But we did go. It was like the 6 p.m. tour or something, and my friend and I go, and we're so excited. And I have to say, honestly, the scariest part of that tour was that this family brought their infant. Why? Why would you do that? It's a ghost tour. Also, like, no shade, there was like 7 of them. One of you couldn't stay home with the baby. One of you couldn't, like, I don't know, stay in the car with a window cracked. That's brutal. But you know what I mean? Like, why would you bring an infant? Like, that's not, the kid doesn't know what's going on. And there are people who legit are trying to enjoy this, right? Every time the guide was like trying to give us the spooky and they're so adorable, by the way, these tour guides. Like, they have a script, and they're not actors, they're not like spooky people, they're just like, I just work here. And they do, sometimes they're really, really good, and sometimes they're like, and then, you know, it's like the Universal tour, you know, or like the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. Sometimes you get someone with amazing timing, and sometimes you get someone who's just reading the script. But
Yeah,
the best he could, but this baby kept heckling him. And we were like, are you kidding me, dude? Like the vibe was just killed by a screaming kid the whole time. But the cool thing was we wound up kind of making friends with the tour guide, and he invited me back for another tour, and it was, I don't even remember his name, so I can't get him in trouble, but he was about to leave. Like it was like his last night. And so he kind of gave me a little bit of an extra behind the scenes and let me see. Obviously nothing that was like, I didn't get to go into the swimming pool, which is, it's not like sound right now, it's not stable, so no one can go in it.
Yeah.
But he did take me into kind of like the engine room and the cool areas, and I got to do it alone at like midnight. And he did lock me in B340 just to fuck with me as a joke, and it was pretty funny. That is notoriously the most haunted room on the ship.
Uh-huh. We have a story coming about that too.
Oh, we sure do. But I will say the one thing that my friend and I who took the tour initially both had the same experience, and I felt it again when I went in. There's this one room, I forget this guy. I have to look it up, but he was like known for like dark magic, and I have to look it
Aleister
up.
Crowley?
Yes.
Aleister Crowley? Yeah.
Yes, his ashes were transported on that ship. Apparently, the story is some weird collector wanted to have his ashes, so they stored them in this one room and brought them over. And if I remember correctly, some of the ashes they don't quite know what happened to them. So that room, like my stomach hurt. I was like, and I didn't know about this guy. I just knew that I didn't like this room, and I looked at my friend Kim, and she was like, I don't. And okay, you feel it? Yeah. And it was just super creepy. That was the one room that really, I was like, I didn't see anything, but I just felt off in that
Uneasy. Yeah. And sometimes that's enough, because look, we're women, we're intuitive. They always say like a woman's intuition, like, yeah, you're damn right, but sometimes you don't know, but your body knows something, or your intuition knows something, even if you don't know what happened in a place. But if I feel a weird thing, I'm like, hey, my body says it's time to go, and I'm not going to ignore it. Let's go. Let's GTFO. Yeah.
Trust your gut, ladies. The other time I could think of that happening was I was in Australia, and I was in Fremont, I believe, the oldest prison, and I think all of Australia. It was like, the inmates were shipped over. They literally built their own prison out of the ship that they came on, which was insane. And I remember like walking through, and it was definitely creepy, but once we got to the room where it was the morgue for the jail, that my stomach started cramping so hard, and I was like, I gotta go. And I went outside, felt fine.
Yep. And that's how you know it's not just, oh, I ate weird sushi or shrimp, and, it's like that.
Kangaroo.
Yeah. Like, that's how you know when you leave that area and your body's fine. Because I always try to go, okay, is this actually, or did I eat something weird, or am I just gassy, or... Yeah. And then you leave that area and you go, oh no, I'm fine. It's something about that area. But, I believe that energy is residual, and whatever ghosts may or may not be, that energy is real. You can go to a place where bad things have happened, historical things have happened, and you feel it. And you can feel that something happened there. You feel the heaviness of it. That stuff just doesn't go away. Like if everything is energy and we're all energy, why wouldn't something like that still be there and linger?
Right. Yeah. I agree. Exactly. And I think also, like, for you and me specifically, and for anyone who's lost a parent at a younger age, or lost anyone, whether it be a friend, a family member, whatever it is, I don't know if that piques a curiosity about the afterlife, because you do think, where is my mom? Where is my dad? Where did they go? What was my dad seeing as his body was shutting down? He was saying things like, is it the brain? There is science to, yes, your brain does this and this, but is it more than that, right?
Yeah.
And then what? This was a soul, a spirit, a personality. What happened? Where it can't just, I don't know. Some people think that, okay, there's just nothing. There's a void, but I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Clearly we don't, or we wouldn't be into poltergeist,
Yeah. And this creepy shit.
Hi, I'm Megan. You might know me from my hit movies, Megan and Megan 2.0. But when I'm not serving on the dance floor, I'm shopping at themagicoilbox.com for all things horror aromatherapy, inspired by your favorite scary movies. And my movies had better be on your list, or else. Some of my favorite scents are tiny terrors like me, including Billy from the Saw movies, Chucky, he's so hot, and Annabelle. but you know how I feel about her. Hi, I'm Annabelle. Shut up, Annabelle. This is my ad. Back in the box you go. Make your wallet sashay and slay when you use code SlayNerds15 to save on your order at themagicoilbox.com. Until next time.
Okay, so I definitely want to talk about our stay on the ship and when we were beat bopping around and definitely pissing off some ghosts. And we had to say, we're not being disrespectful. She's a comedian and I'm an actor. And we're not making fun of you guys. We are finding the humor in the situation. We like to laugh, especially if we may or may not be a little nervous. We're not making fun of you, spirits. Please don't haunt us. Like when we were in that bar area and we were standing there and you and I both felt that chill go past us over by that weird door. It was by the front desk when we were standing over there, that weird port door. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that is something that my friend Sarah Taylor also told me is like you are able to imagine like kind of like a shield around you. Like you are able to imagine like a yellow aura, she described it, of protection around you, and that you are and that you should, if you know that you're going into a very well-known haunted location, say, I am here respectfully. Please do not bother me. I'm not here to bother you in any way. When I leave, I will be leaving and you will not be coming with me. Like you do have to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just to let the spirits know I'm respecting you, but also I'm not giving you an opportunity to come in.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're feeling zesty and you have a parent on the other side who's very protective of you, like I do, I did that last year for Midsummer Scream when we stayed on the ship and we got into our room and I felt something and I said, listen up, ghosts. I kind of pulled a Delia Dietz a little bit. It's like, listen up, ghosts. I'm here. You're here. I am going to respect the room. Please respect us. This is a mutual thing. And if you decide you want to mess with me, I have a very protective dad on the other side who's just waiting for a fight. So I'm going to leave the choice up to you. So I kind of threatened it with my dad and nothing bothered us. Nothing happened. So I don't know. Maybe my dad was behind me like making little punching hands. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that a lot of these spirits, they just want to like feel connection, or they want to feel alive again. They want to play. They're having fun. I don't know. I mean, there might be more spirits that have a more sinister agenda. Sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
let your podcast rise from undead obscurity. Beamly hosts your show, builds your site, handles paywalls and memberships with 0 platform fees. Your resurrection begins at Beamly.com. What was it like for you? Because I didn't go with you to Room B340 because my gut said no. Because I've had stuff follow me on the ship before. And I'll get to that because now I have a theory about what it was or who it was that followed me back to my room when I stayed there for a friend's wedding in 2015. But I'll get to that. That's why I didn't want to go with you to Room B340. But tell me about what that was like for you, because we have the video, but you told me something really spooky when you met me back down the hallway. Just what was that like for you?
So of course I totally understood why you were like, nope, not going near that room, especially after telling me that you had an experience. But me being me, I'm like, well, I don't think I'm as, I don't want to say sensitive as Bonnie. Like, I don't think that something's going to get to me as easily. I would love to be more open, but also I maybe shouldn't ask for that because it might be too much for me. I don't know. But so I go up and, you take it's just kind of a creepy feeling knowing that it's the history, and you walk down to where it is and there's like little hallways where it has like, 2 rooms in one hallway, and you kind of peer down and it's very dark and it was late at night, and you could look into the room. You could look into it. There was a small window that was open, and I'm sure they do that knowing that people are interested. But my camera started glitching. Like I thought I was recording and then it turns out I wasn't. I'm like, wait a minute, I guess I'll have to do that again. Like it happened a couple times where my phone just had a mind of its own and didn't want to work properly. And then I came back up and I think I met with you in that same hallway. And, me being a comedian, I'm trying to get some good copy. I'm trying to get some good one-liners. And I'm in the middle of saying something and I just froze. And I think you thought I was being funny or like trying to set up like a sketch or like something silly. But I genuinely froze because I was confused as to what I just saw. And so I took a moment, your brain tries to process. And my first thought was, oh, someone's here. Like someone's about to come down the hallway. I don't want to be like, I don't want to embarrass myself by doing some stupid animal voice in front of an actual guest and it's late. I don't want to be annoying. And so I just like shut up really quickly and I'm waiting for the person to come through what I thought was a hallway. Because I saw like a white shoe. You know when you
It was
look
the
down-
door in the hallway. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that maybe it was a hallway, that a person was coming through the hallway to get to their room because I saw just a foot, like just a white shoe. And so I'm waiting for the rest of the person attached to that shoe to come around the corner and it never happened. So that's when I froze because I was waiting for the person that I thought was coming. And then the realization of there's no person. So then I went down the hall to look, oh, maybe the person turned down the hallway and like, you know, about face and went the other way. And then I realized it wasn't a hallway at all. It was a door. So what I saw, granted, you know, there's always a are my eyes playing tricks on me vibe, but it was a door. Like I thought I saw a white shoe coming through a door and then nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the white shoe is interesting because I think we talked about, like, well, maybe there were a lot of nurses that had stayed on this ship. And I remember looking up photos and, you know, nurses, Queen Mary, 19 whatever, and seeing, sure, nurses tend to wear, they had white uniforms. So I don't know. I mean, military, could that have been a white shoe or like a Navy shoe? Were they white? Were they black shoes? I don't know. But I pretty clearly thought I saw a white shoe.
Yeah, which made sense when I saw you stop and I thought you were being funny. And then you said, no, I was waiting for somebody. And I remember we were right outside of our room and we were looking at the footage and I got creeped out. I said, let's go into our room to look at it. I don't want to keep standing out here. But I think it was probably maybe they saw you and they were about to walk out and they went, nope.
No.
Maybe it was a sweet little nurse that said, I don't want to scare this sweet girl, and then like backed up.
Very could be. I mean, I think there are definitely, I would assume there are spirits that want to be very present and they want you to know. And then there's some who were like, I'm just making the best of this situation as I can. I don't really want to interact with anyone.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
I just got chills. Ooh.
Yeah. But you know, there's also a difference between a residual haunting and intelligent haunting. So I don't know. Maybe it was just like a residual of someone just walking through that room out. I don't know. I don't know. All I know, it was just a shoe. That's it. Just a shoe.
Who throws a shoe? I mean, honestly.
But it was like, oh no, it wasn't like, oh, like the shoe was like coming through the door. It looked like it was in motion. Which is why I assumed I'm about to see the rest of the person. So when I didn't, it really caught me off guard. I wasn't scared or anything. I was just, because I really thought it was a person about to come out. Just like, you know, a guest staying there.
Yeah, that was weird.
If you're into horror, healing, and handmade treasures, you're going to love the Mountain Crone.
Yeah, she's got 2 certifications in herbal medicine, 1 in herbal body care, and she's learning Egg Limpia because emotional demons need spiritual eviction notices.
Plus, her eBay shop has handmade healing products and collectibles for when you need to heal and buy the things your parents wouldn't.
Gotta love having grown-up money. Find the Mountain Crone on eBay, linked in our show notes, and on Instagram at the MTN Crone.
Healing together and having fun while we do it.
Do you remember? So when we were staying in our room, it was pretty fine, but we definitely felt like the stuff. It's hard to not feel things when you're on the ship, but do you remember what happened that night when we were in our room, when we were going to sleep? Did I tell you?
Did you not tell me something happened?
I thought I did because I remember hearing something and I asked if that was you and you said it wasn't. So you remember those wooden shelves above the bed?
Yeah.
That were like weirdly placed and I hit my head on the one, but that just shows you how kind of awkwardly placed they were in our room. You had to be under them specifically, but also up a bit. Like you couldn't really touch it while you were laying in the bed. You had to be standing and like at an angle to reach those shelves. It was so weird. We didn't have like a traditional, I keep feeling like somebody's behind me. We didn't have a traditional headboard. I know. It's just, I'm like, okay, who's visiting? We didn't have that. It was like a weird cloth type of background and then those wooden shelves for storage above our heads. Right. When we were laying there that night, I felt the bed move and I knew it was you. I was like, nope, that's just Sam. We're fine. We're fine. And then above my head, I was laying there and I was expecting something to walk in front of us because the DVR, the light was on and that blue light. And I was like, okay, if something walks in front of me, I'll see it cross the light. But I felt like somebody was next to me. And I just remember I was laying there and I was like, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Please go away. And I heard right above my head, and this is why I asked if it was you, I heard a knock and a scrape against that wooden shelf above my head.
Oh. Wow.
I just got goosebumps talking about it.
Wait, was I like kind of asleep or?
You were asleep and you were rolled over on
Yeah.
like on the other side of the bed, but that was just me going, Sam, was that you? And you said no. And I went, okay. And I was trying to rationalize it in that moment. I said, okay, was it maybe the door in the room next to us closed and it rattled it? And I said, there's no way, because it was underneath where I had hit my head. It was underneath the shelf. I heard it knock, drag, knock, drag.
Oh, that was not me. I was probably. What time do you think this was?
So I remember you had to leave earlier on Sunday and I was taking my time because you had to get ready for the show. So I said, okay. So I was in the room by myself and I remember, so I was laying there, that happened. And then the next morning I was like, okay, ghost, I'm in here by myself, be cool. And I was a little nervous after that. So I put on, it was on Me TV and it was the 1960s Adam West Batman series. And I was like, I'm going to
Yay.
put this on while I get ready to go just to have noise in here. And everything was fine. And then it was the episode where the penguin gets a wife. Which
Perfect.
was weird. And I was just like, okay, I don't remember this one, but I'm sure I've seen it. And then after that was Linda Carter's Wonder Woman came on after that. I was like, wow, this is my childhood on TV. And it was a military episode. And it specifically where she was undercover and something was like taking over the minds of the soldiers or something in this. It was really weird. But I was packing and doing all that. And then there was a loud slam in our room.
What? You didn't tell me this.
It was a loud slam in the room, like something fell over, and I looked all over because it scared me so badly,
Yeah.
and nothing was out of place. I said, "What?" It wasn't a door slam, like because that you can hear that when somebody slams a door, and we heard that morning, but it was
We
in
did.
our room. It was in our room. Something slammed during that episode, and I just went, "I'm leaving." I'm
Oh,
leaving. And I wonder if it was like a military ghost that was like, this is bullshit. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, because that morning while I was getting ready, like the family next to us, we were like, bro,
They were
you're
so loud.
so loud. But you could clearly tell it was from the next door. Like you
Yeah.
could there were bangs, there were this, but it was clearly them moving around in the next room. So I
Yeah.
think you'd be able to tell the difference between a noise coming from inside the house,
Yeah.
versus
It
the next.
was so loud. Like I thought the TV fell off the wall. It was that
No.
loud. And so I was just like, I'm leaving the TV on. Screw you, ghost. And like I left with that TV on and Wonder Woman playing, but I hightailed it out of there.
Dang. I think they definitely know who they can get to, like who can hear them, who can see them. I would 1,000% say that they know.
Yeah.
So
Because they're going to do something and like, oh, do you see me? Do you see me? Do you see me?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like you probably experienced this quite a bit.
I love that place, but
Wow.
it is spooky. We've had a lot of things happen, but I still love it as much as it's
Oh,
scary.
of
It's so
course.
cool. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
And that is if you hopefully you don't have a screaming kid on your tour, but if you do want to take the tour, you should do it because the really cool thing is they have all the history there. This is the exact location where a door came out and he was unfortunately like killed in this hallway. This happened here. Like they know where all of this stuff happened. So even just from a historical standpoint, it's just like, wow, this insanely tragic event happened right here, exactly where I'm standing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's powerful.
Just people who, yeah. Let's go down to 3.
You're not gonna feel them. I will, dude.
I know. I'm really curious if you will.
I want to invite you into her room.
I
That's where
don't.
I get nervous. No, you go have fun. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Really?
My gut's like, don't go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you're recording now, right?
Yes.
Bonnie, what's going on in your head? Why don't you want to go? No, I'm really genuinely asking you. Horror Nerds podcast. Listen, why don't you want to be around?
I don't want to invite
340
something because I've had
340.
something from here follow me back to my room before and mess with me all night. That's why I'm like,
Mess with you how?
kept touching me,
Oh,
not in like a sexy way.
that would have been thoughtful.
Yeah, well, my mom was in the room with me, so that would have been a little weird.
I don't have an answer for that. Okay.
If you want to go, you can, but especially after being there, I was like, have fun. I'll be waiting over here.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk past it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just so we have it.
100%. I'll let you do that, but I'm good. It's all you, boo. Mm-mm. Oh, my heart is like, no. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we are at room B340, which is the most active room on the Queen Mary. We are just saying hello to the spirits and honoring their presence and saying thank you for sharing space. Also letting them know that we are going back to our room alone, just myself, Bonnie, and I, and whatever is in here will not be joining us. Thank you so much. Shout out to whoever is staying in 340 tonight for being kind enough to open the window to share this experience with all of us paranormal enthusiastic people. Thanks, Boo. Oh my gosh, there's a hot blonde ghost just sitting in the hallway. Dude, your phone keeps pausing on its own. I'm not pausing it, it keeps pausing. Here you go.
Cool, thanks. Cool. That's really a ghost in the phone. Hi, darling.
I'm so glad that you stayed with me that night on the ship because I don't think I could have done it by myself. Like, I'm all big and bad, but, with a ghost, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think even I would have maybe had my nerves, my heart would have been racing a little more than normal if I was in there by myself.
He said, I've crossed oceans of time to find you. I said, Sir, this is a Castlevania. And I beat him to death with my Morning Star. And I took his head for my trophy wall. My name is Simon Belmont, and I have never been afraid of vampires.
That's just how horror works,
It was so fun, and we should absolutely do that again sometime and see if we can get some spooky ghost tech instead of just me going, I don't want to go in there. I think that'd be really fun to do like a ghost tour.
And that has been our spooky ghost ship episode. 2 girls, 1 ghost ship.
One jump scare.
One jump scare.
Yeah. Queen Mary, we love you, and please let us record from the ship. That'd be amazing.
Goals. Hashtag goals. Yes.
Hashtag goals. Please let us.
I'm not a big horror fan. I don't like to be scared. I was the kind of kid where my parents, one of the first movies my parents ever showed me was The Sound of Music, but they stopped it before the Nazis showed it. And I think that just paints the perfect picture. That's all you have to know about me. And so I like to get a little crazy on these shows, and so I made a presentation for you called Smash or Pass Horror Movie Villains. But like literally, would they smash me to bits or pass me by? And I want to make it very clear, I have not seen most of these movies, of which I'm about to talk to you about. A lot of my Google search from today was, why did Hannibal Lecter kill? So I'm going off of generalized, and some of these might be wrong. AI's taking over. So let's get started. My man Jason Voorhees. Anybody know this guy? Yeah. Do you guys think he's gonna smash me to bits, or do you think he's gonna pass me by? Smash. Do you think he's gonna kill me? Smash. No, you're wrong. He's gonna pass me by, and you wanna know why? I'm in zero danger here, because I do not have sex. I am perfectly safe here. He's not gonna catch me slipping. Slipping, slipping. His mom, Pamela. Do you guys think she's gonna kill me, or do you think she's gonna pass me by? Pass. She's gonna pass me by. Why? Because I do not have sex. But most importantly, and also, moms love me. Moms love me! Put me in a room full of moms. When I first started doing stand-ups, somebody was like, you have to know what your target audience is. And I was like, all of the moms of the men that I've dated. That is a room full of people that love me. Okay. Next up, this guy. You! You! Freddy Krueger, yes? Okay, what do we think? Smash. He's gonna smash you to bits, right? Yeah. You're wrong. He's gonna pass, and here's why. I dose myself with so much weed every night in order to sleep like the literal dead so I do not breathe. He's not gonna get me. Guys, seriously, like so... She wants to move on, but the PowerPoint wants you to know that she gets seriously so mad every single night. A text from her sibling just last week. Should I be worried about how high you're getting? No. I don't remember this conversation. Next up, Chucky. Do you think I'm getting smashed or passed? Pass? Yeah, you guys are right. I've never seen Chucky, but when I Googled why does Chucky kill, it was like, because he wants to inhabit a body. And I was like, oh, okay, he doesn't want this one. He does not want this one. It creaks. It creaks, you guys. And has the ankle of a 90-year-old woman. No, like literally. Okay, this guy, Michael Myers, right? I actually got scared. Okay, no, that's not Jason Voorhees, right? Okay, that's Michael Myers. Okay, what do we think? Smash. Oh, this one's a mixed crowd. I like that. I like that. Okay, smash. Yeah, this time I'm getting killed. All right, big time. And I'll tell you why. Well, it also just like depends on which period phase I'm in. Luteal phase, maybe. You know. If I'm ovulating, I'm done for. Because I've fallen for a tall sociopath once. It's bound to happen again. It's only a matter of time. Hannibal Lecter, right? That's him? Woo! I couldn't tell. I Googled it and I was like, is that a victim of his or is that him? I don't know. But what I learned about him is that he kills people that are bad, right? He's like, if you're a trash human, you deserve to be trash or something like that. That's what it said. Literally, it said trash humans. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna pass because I've got great manners. My mom turned off the movie before the Nazis showed up. I've got great manners. I know how to please a room. And I don't think I put anything else. I think the last slide is I have great manners.
Thanks for listening, guys. And if you've had a ghost story on the Queen Mary,
Do
tell us because we want to hear it. And if enough people do it, maybe they'll invite us to record from the ship. We could record from the bar. That would be so cool.
I'm okay with that. Their cocktails were delicious. And that charcuterie board, correct. Yeah.
Yes. That's the goals. This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the conclusion of the Horror Nerds Comedy Podcast, sanctioned by Horror Nerds Productions. All authorized screams, laughter, and unhinged opinions of Class 4 have now been safely contained. During this broadcast, all tangents, puns, and unsolicited horror takes were permitted without consequence. Emergency podcast services will resume after this brief transmission. Blessed be our final girls and our Horror Nerds founders, a podcast reborn. May humor be with you all.